Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Darren Little here from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and we are live right now on an international broadcast, broadcasting to all four corners of the world. Guys, this is the power of the internet. You could literally be right now in Africa, you could be in the UK, you might be in Spain, you could be in Portugal, you could be in Canada, the US, it does not matter. Once you learn how to leverage the power of the internet, I'm telling you, your life as you know it will change forever. Now, here's the cool thing. I just actually went away on vacation to Maui, and I just got back about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And this is the power of what the internet can do. Okay. So my flight was on the 4th of February. Okay. And I knew that I was going to be on vacation for 2 weeks. So on the 3rd of February, before I went out of town, I did a launch event. And from that, I created what I call a cloned copy of me. Okay. Not me, but a clone copy of myself. And then I went away on vacation for 2 weeks in Maui. And my clone that looks like me, that talks like me, actually, while I was away on vacation and then coming back, generated $50,000 during that month when 2 weeks I was sitting by the pool getting a suntan and golfing with my parents in Maui. That is the power of the internet, guys. So the first question I have for you tonight is, first of all, what brought you here today? What brought you here today? Why did you actually show up here? Because there's a high probability that if you're looking to generate additional income, that there's a high probability that you're either in a state of transition right now in your life, or you've reached a breaking point in your life where the bills keep on coming in and there's more month left at the end of the month than money. And for a lot of families, they go 2 or 3 days of the month right at the end eating ramen noodles. This is a true story, guys. Okay. The average income in North America, just so you know, is only between $3,000 to $5,000 a month. And quite honestly, if you have a family and you have children, that's not enough. It's not enough. So what do most families typically do? They start living on their credit cards, and the credit card fills the little void that they're missing in cash flow. But what happens after a while is the credit cards start to get maxed out, right? So they try and up their limit, and then that gets maxed out. And then they apply for another credit card, and those get maxed out. So what happens at a certain period of time? They can't make their mortgage payment. Now, they have to choose between the mortgage payment and the car payment. And most of the times it's the mortgage payment because that's the biggest chunk of their money. And that's a spiral that starts downhill, right? Now, that may be you right now. Maybe that's why you showed up here today, to be able to find out how you can actually make a full-time income on the internet working on a part-time basis. So my goal here tonight is to share with you some strategies that I have personally used myself to generate more than $1.4 million on the internet and have dozens and dozens and dozens of students literally go from rags to riches, okay? And when I say rags, I mean, I'm talking about literally homeless, like living on the couch of a friend's house. And by month 6, they had a $20,000 month. I'm talking about people that were so far down the rabbit hole in debt with maxed out credit cards, their homes going into foreclosure, the cars being repoed, that their very first year following my strategies made more than $100,000 online. And in a lot of cases, guys, just so you know, that might be double or triple what they were currently working a full-time job, okay? So I want you to think about that, of what's possible. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to take you a little bit behind the scenes so that you can really get a grasp on what I'm talking about here today on this particular broadcast. So have no fear. The MLM superhero is here. Guy, one of the things that we talk about, guys, is something that's called personal branding, where you truly become the product, because our real true product in online marketing, network marketing, MLM affiliate marketing is really leadership. So the product, truthfully, is you. So what we want to be able to do is to help you to hone your skills so that you become irresistible. You as a person, you as a leader, you as a person that provides value to the marketplace becomes so irresistible that people literally start throwing their credit cards at you wanting to join your business. Now, this is exciting because what we're talking about here is something that I call fast and furious cash flow. I did this with a strategy called automation mastery. And I rolled out this business right before I went to Maui. Just this one income stream added $43,000 to my bottom line in 1 month, okay, from a complete flat start. So this is what we're going to be sharing with you tonight. And I'm telling you, this is going to be big. So you're going to want to turn off all your distractions right now. You're going to want to get a pen and paper, and you're going to want to take notes, because this will be a value-based broadcast, and there could be a couple of gold nuggets here that you're going to want to write down. Now, that's me right there. That's my son, Drayson. And guys, this is really about being able to build a business while having a life. Because let's face it, most people still work a full-time job. So they have to be able to figure out a way that they can work on a part-time basis and be able to start leveraging the power of the internet to start making money while they're sleeping. Okay, that would be the true ideal situation, is to be able to wake up to cash flow. Now, my son came to me at 16 years old and he said, "Dad, can you show me what to do to make some extra income?" And in his very first 2 weeks, keep in mind, he was going to school full time. He had homework every night. He had classes every day. And in his first 2 weeks, following these strategies, he made $2,069. Now, what would he have had to have done to be able to make that type of an income? That's my question to you. If he was doing bussing tables or working at McDonald's, I mean, heck, he may have had to work a part-time job for 3 months to be able to generate that type of income. Now, this broadcast is brought to you tonight by the Syndicate.tv online wealth creators in partnership with my.com business franchise. Now, I'm going to share with you how I was able to turn Facebook into my personal ATM machine using this strategy called automation mastery. Now, here's the thing, guys. I don't believe in hype. I believe in facts. I believe that if I show you what's possible and open up a gateway, you'll really, truly realize that the dream that you have is possible with a millionaire mentor. I have used these strategies myself to start from zero and make as much as $165,058.87 in 30 days. In 30 days using Facebook. And here's the clincher. I did not spend a single penny on paid ads. Okay, that was just free strategies that I teach, because a lot of people say, "Oh, well, Darren, you could do it because you had a big budget." I didn't have any budget. I wanted to show people what's possible. And that was the biggest month that I ever did, using the strategies that I'm going to share with you tonight. $165,058.87. Now, if you stick around to the end of the broadcast, I'm going to give you a copy of my training manual valued at $197. And I can tell you that it will literally fast track your career, by at least 3 to 5 years. No joke. And plus, as a special bonus surprise, I'm going to be doing something tonight that I've never offered before. Okay. And we literally just started this rollout, guys. And I'm telling you, it's so exciting because some of the students have already made as much as $6,000 in sales their very first week in Millionaire Mentoring. Now, who exactly is Darren Little and why should you listen to me? Well, first of all, I'm a father of one son. That's my son, Drayson, right there. I would classify myself as what would be called a serial entrepreneur. I've launched more than 40 different products and services into the marketplace. Some of those have been name brand products like blackjack.com was my company, bingo.com. I rolled out Able Auctions. I've done mining companies, raised tens of millions of dollars in venture capital, both for private companies, public companies, my own companies. So the things that I'm going to share with you in Millionaire Mentoring, they're not theory. They're not a concept that I read in Think and Grow Rich. These are tried, tested, proven strategies that I have personally used myself to raise tens of millions of dollars in venture capital. I had my first multiple seven-figure year at the age of 35. And then when I went on from there, I went on to make multiple millions of dollars after that. Now, I've coached and trained thousands of people, both online and offline, to multiple six figures and as high as 7 figures in a single year. One of the gentlemen that met me, when he first met me, he was making $2,500 a month. And his third year, he had a 7-figure year in a single year. So that's what's possible. Now, I came from very, very humble beginnings, guys. To be honest with you, I literally have the tech skills of a 2-year-old child. And if I can do this, trust me when I tell you, anybody can do it. If I can help my 16-year-old son make $2,069 in 2 weeks with zero experience previous to that, you can do this too. Now, this is, a lot of people don't believe me when I tell them this, but I still do not know how to type. Okay, I type with 2 fingers as a chicken pecker typer. And if somebody with no typing skills, no computer knowledge can be able to make over $1.4 million online, you can do this too. What I did was I used what's called the Henry Ford model. So what is that? Henry Ford, he didn't have the answer to everything, but he would delegate or outsource what he didn't know. And if somebody asked him a question, maybe it was an accounting question, he would just hit a buzzer and the accountant would come in and give the accountant information. If it was something to do with marketing, he would hit the marketing buzzer and somebody would come in who was the expert and give that information. You can use that exact same strategy in your business. So what I don't have the talent or skill to do, I just outsource it. Okay. So, you know, if I need graphic design done, I outsource it. Whatever it is that I need done, I just outsource that to experts that can be able to do that for me. Now, the secret to my success was truly getting millionaire mentors at a very young age that put me on the fast track. Now, imagine that you're on one side of a minefield and somebody offers you $10 million if you can run 100 yards from one side of the minefield to the other. Now, the challenge is if you step on one of those mines, you're going to blow up, okay? You're going to blow up. But if you're walking right behind a mine sweeper and the mine sweeper says, no, don't step there, don't step there, step over here. That is the power of having a millionaire mentor. Now, the other thing, guys, I will tell you is that I was coachable. I followed the exact formula that they told me to do, and I implemented exactly how they told me to do. So my marketing tip for you today is just be coachable. The biggest challenge that people have is their pride and their ego, and they try to prove their mentor wrong. You better watch me go, Darren. You have no idea what I'm going to do. All those people that have ever said that to me in 3 decades are the broke people. They're never the people that actually get to freedom because they refuse to be coachable and follow the simple steps, follow the bouncing ball. Okay. So guys, what I want to do here is I want to share with you a couple of really amazing stories, because Jennifer and Jose, when they first met me, they've got 6 children and they had an eviction notice. They were 2 days without water. Okay. So imagine being 2 days without water with 6 kids. They were on the verge of being homeless. And because they were coachable, in their very first 12 months, they made $90,000. Okay. From a complete flat start, they didn't have any experience. They made $90,000 their very first year. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, Danny Joshi, when he met me, he was $50,000 in debt, okay, $50,000 in debt. And in his very first 12 months, he made $140,000 online. And in the last 2 months, he's made about $50,000 in the last 2 months. That is what's possible once you become coachable and once you have a millionaire mentor. Okay, this is Emily Ching. Just hold on a sec. This doesn't seem to be delivering the slide here. Just hold on a sec. Okay, let's talk about Charlene Savage. Charlene was actually living on her credit cards. Okay, so imagine being in a situation where you're a single mother, you're living on your credit cards just to eat, you're paying interest just to eat. She became coachable, and in her first 12 months, at that point, she had generated $160,000. Now she's generated $175,000 in millionaire mentoring in her very first year, guys. Her very first year. Okay, this is a story that, you know, for a lot of people, they follow what they would consider to be their mentor. And there's a lot of people out there, guys, I'll be honest with you, that the only thing that they're going to tell you to do is upgrade and buy traffic. Okay. And if you hear somebody saying that to you, you want to run for the hills. Okay. Billy was one of those people that listened, and he maxed out all of his credit cards, buying traffic, and he used up his entire savings account. And he got to the point where he actually had to start washing cars to make some extra cash flow just so he could feed his family. In his very first year in millionaire mentoring, he made $140,000. Now, keep in mind, that is US. He lives in Canada, so you can add about another 27 to 30% on top of that. Not too bad for a guy that was washing cars, right? Think about that type of transformation that might happen for you. Doesn't matter where you're at. Now, I want to share with you, why do most people fail when it comes to online marketing? Why do they fail? What is the thing that actually holds them back? First thing, they don't have much time to be able to run their business. They have got a full-time job. A lot of people have kids. They got pickups, drop-offs, 3 meals per day. Then they got to take care of the kids in the evening, put them all to bed, and they really don't have a lot of extra time to be able to run a business. Huge problem. They also don't know how to be able to generate quality leads for their business because they don't really understand marketing. So they're out pitching their primary business, and that's not what you want to do to be able to generate quality leads for your business. The next thing is that they don't understand the actual psychology of selling. They think it's about their products or their company, and it's not. It's actually about your prospect, right? It's about your prospect's vision, their dream, their pain, their problem, their passion. It has nothing to do with what you think that you're selling. It has everything to do with your prospect. Now, the next thing is that they don't know how to be able to close and upsell to higher ticket products, right? So they may have learned how to generate leads, but they don't know how to turn the leads into cash flow for their business. Huge problem. The next thing is that they don't know how to recruit new reps into their business, right? So if I said to somebody, I'll tell you what, you got to recruit 20 people into your business or you're going to die. There's a high probability that they're going to die because they don't know how to recruit new reps. And they don't know what type of content to create to provide value to people that are already sold on the business model, okay? People that are already sold. You don't have to try to convince people that you have a better way, because 97% of them that are already sold on our business model are failing already, right? You just need to know how to speak to the pain of those people, and that's how you start to generate leads. The other thing is that they don't have enough cash flow to be able to run their business. This is a huge, huge problem, guys. It's a massive problem when it comes to online marketing, because all they're told to do is to upgrade. They don't have the money to upgrade, and buy more traffic, and they don't have the money to buy more traffic. So what do they do now? Those are the only things that their mentor tells them to do. So now they look to go in debt, okay? I do not recommend that type of training, okay? We don't teach that. We teach you the exact formula that we have personally used to do it all using free strategies. Can you speed up the process between a combination of free strategies and paid strategies? Sure you can. But what we typically like to do is to show you how to master the free strategies first, so the business starts to make money. And now the business is putting in an advertising budget versus your credit cards and your savings account. So the business itself is funding itself. And that's truly the way to go. The other thing is that they have no millionaire mentor. So they're sort of winging it. They're sort of going at it by trial and error versus knowing exactly what the action steps are that they actually need to do. What are the income producing activities that are going to generate leads and turn those leads into qualified buyers, and then get those buyers to upgrade to a higher ticket product, right? That's what you learn in Millionaire Mentoring. So the next thing is that they kind of go through what's called, like I talked about this earlier, is winging it. So they really don't know what to do, so they start trying everything. And that is the formula, guys, just so you know, to go bankrupt. Because you really don't know whether or not a strategy is working or not. You're guessing. But the Millionaire Mentor will prevent that from happening by giving you the exact steps that you need to take. Now, what I want to do here, guys, is I want to share with you, this is why most people fail with this type of a business model. So let's take a look. So let's say that this is your primary business. This is your weight loss company, or this is whatever company that you typically have. And let's say that it's a higher ticket product item, like 20, 30, 40, 50 grand, or even higher. Some of these companies go up to $100,000. So they invest their own money to be able to buy the products and the training. So they typically max out their credit cards, and they also use up their entire savings account. So what ends up happening? They have no money left. So what do they do next? What they do next is they have to learn free strategies to be able to market. And what the people don't tell you that you get into business with is that's often a 2 to 4 year learning curve without having an actual mentor. Plus, you have to risk more capital, not only monthly for your auto ship, but also to go to 4 events per year, right? Quarterly events. And what ends up happening is that you're going further and further and further and further down that hole into debt. It's a huge problem. So what ends up happening is that they never actually get to this point right here where they can make money and reinvest it into their business. So they're stuck between the first stage of making the investment and the second stage of learning the free strategies, and they never actually make any money to be able to invest back into their business. Huge problem. Now, here's what the successful people do. This is the 7-figure formula. This is what we do, and this is why we have so much success so fast, is that we have something on the front end, okay? The front end business is going to create commissions for you the same day. So what does that mean? If you get into a weight loss company or a skincare company and you start selling their products and you start selling their packages, a lot of these companies, guys, just so you know, you won't get paid for a month to as long as 3 months. I've been in some high ticket companies where it took me 3 months to get my first paycheck. That means even if you sold a high ticket product, you're not going to see that income as cash flow for a month to 3 months later. The 7-figure income earners, they use something on the front end that hits mass market and mass appeal, and then they get paid the same day they sell it. Okay, so in this particular case, that funding mechanism, that ATM, is now going to pay for their marketing and advertising budget instead of using their credit cards. Okay, so instead of using their credit cards, what's going to happen is that the business is going to buy the high ticket products, not their credit card. The business is going to pay for the ad campaign, not their savings account. So what happens, this is what I call the Donald Trump model or the Robert Kiyosaki model, because you have no risk of your own personal capital. The business is paying for it instead of your credit cards. So that front end ATM, it's paying for your event tickets, it's paying for your marketing training, it's paying for your advertising costs, your hotel, your airfare. Your business is paying for that, not your credit cards. Okay, it's a big difference in strategy once you learn how to actually do this. Now, here's what happens next. Because of that situation, what ends up happening is you learn the strategy on how to have multiple revenue streams. So most of my students have between 5 and 10 different streams of income coming in, okay? And a lot of the times they make money while they're sleeping. So the cool thing is that once you learn these strategies, you'll see yourself rising to the top of the leaderboards in any company. It doesn't matter what you're marketing. The strategies are the same straight across the board. So once you learn the formula, you can now have multiple streams of income. And once that happens, that's when it becomes truly life-changing. I'm talking life-changing, guys, right? That's really the cool thing, is when you start waking up to income that's happened while you're sleeping. Now, there's really only 5 things that you need to be able to make a full-time income working on a part-time basis. Okay, what exactly are those things? Well, the first thing that you need is you need what's called a high converting sales funnel or an offer. Okay, now we typically recommend that you use something on the front end of your business that's going to target every company. So in other words, if whatever it is that I use on the front end, it has to be able to, cater to somebody that's in weight loss or skincare or nutraceuticals or energy drinks or power or legal. Whatever I have on the front end, it has to target all of the companies. So it has to be something that's completely generic, right? It's not my primary business on the front end. It's something of value. It's something that's going to solve the pain of the marketplace in some way. The second thing you need is you need traffic or eyeballs on your offer. Okay, now you can use content on Facebook or other social media type sites that speak to the pain of the marketplace and then drive them back to your lead capture page. Or you can also use Facebook Lives or video or Instagram or Pinterest. There's a whole wide variety of marketing strategies that you can use that are actually free. And you can also use paid strategies like banners or Facebook ads or things like solo ads where you're piggybacking off of somebody else's list to generate your own list. So traffic or eyeballs on the particular offer. Then what you've got to be able to do is you have to have an autoresponder. Now, what the autoresponder is going to do is it's going to help you so that you don't have to actually be sitting by your computer responding to every single person that asks for information, right? So once they opt in, the autoresponder is automatically going to send out a welcome email. And then maybe the next day or 2 days later, there's automatically going to be an email that's sent out on its own. You don't actually have to sit by your computer and track every single lead that you've done because your autoresponder is going to do that follow-up for you. Now, the next thing that you really need, if you want to fast track yourself, is a millionaire mentor to be able to show you exactly what to do. That prevents you from going down what I call the rabbit hole, right? Going into lost territory, going into areas that may cost you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000. I've had people that have called me that are as much as $108,000 in the hole from guessing what to do. Or they think they know what they're doing, but they truly don't. And what ends up happening is that they just keep on spending more and more and more money until they finally go bankrupt. Okay, a millionaire mentor can actually prevent that from happening for you so that you don't become a victim of circumstance. Now, what I've found over the years, 3 decades of being in this industry, guys, is that we all battle this thing called the human condition, right? We don't feel worthy. We don't, feel deserving. We don't love ourselves. We don't have healthy boundaries in place. And typically what happens is once you move into a higher ticket product, that's $1,000 and higher, right? Most people don't believe that they're worthy to be able to make those sales in the first place. Okay, so what's the answer to that? The answer is having sales coaches that actually do those higher ticket sales for you. So you learn how to generate the leads. You learn how to get people to take a lower ticket offer, which most people are fine with, right? Under $100. But the higher ticket sales, you leave to people that have already done the personal development, they've already done the training, they're masters at what they do, and they do those sales for you instead of you doing them. Now, okay, so the thing that I'm going to share with you guys is this. Don't just wing it. What my millionaire mentor said to me when I first got started in this industry, he said, Darren, if you want to make it big, if you want to become a 7-figure income earner, the only way that I can help you is if you're prepared to surrender your pride, surrender your ego, and just be coachable. Okay, just be coachable. Now, I will tell you guys, that is a really challenging thing for most people to do. It really is. They want to try and prove their mentor wrong. They want to always try and be right. They want to say, well, thanks for that idea, mentor, but I got a better way. You better watch me go. You better watch me go. I've been waiting for 30 years for even one of those people to be able to show me what this thing is, whatever it is, whatever their strategy is, right? So if you can just be coachable, and literally follow the bouncing ball, you can make a fortune on the internet. Now, I want to explain to you the psychology behind a sales funnel. What exactly is that? Typically, what you're going to have is you're going to have what's called a lead magnet, okay? Something of value that is free to be able to build a list of qualified buyers with. And if it hits mass market, if it hits every single one of the companies, you're going to be able to lasso the most amount of qualified buyers in your list, right? Doesn't matter what they're currently marketing, they're already sold on our particular business model. So you don't have to try to convince people that you have a better way because they're already sold. They're already in our industry. And it's much easier to get a person to go from one company to another company or add another income stream than try to convince somebody who's not even an entrepreneur to become an entrepreneur, right? So you don't have to convince people once you understand how this works. So your lead magnet is obviously going to speak to your target market. The lead magnet will speak to the target market. Now, what we typically do is we use some type of what's called a low ticket offer. That's typically going to be under $100. Now, there's a reason for this. In the event that you start doing paid traffic or paid ads, you want your low ticket offer to be able to recoup your ad spend. So let's say that you spent $1,000. If you take 1,000 and divide it by 77, you don't need a lot of people to buy to be able to make your money back, right? So in essence, what you can do is actually build your list for free and sometimes even at a profit because the low ticket offer is going to repay your marketing costs, right? I mean, it makes sense, right? So we want to be able to show you the actual 7-figure formula. Now, what happens after that is your autoresponder is going to do the follow-up campaign. So it's automatically programmed. It's going to send out this email on day 1, this email on day 3, this email on day 7, this email on day 10. You don't actually have to sit behind your computer and individually send out each one of those emails to your prospects. Now, then on the back end, we have a franchise where you can start making $1,500 commissions. So keep in mind, if the average North American family only makes $3,000 to $5,000 a month, you don't have to make a lot of sales to be able to replace your current income. But if all you had was the $77 low ticket offer, you would have to make a lot of sales to make the same amount of money that you could make for maybe making 2 sales or 3 sales. That's why you have the low ticket on the front and the high ticket on the back. Now, ideally, this is the cool thing. If you can get the salespeople to do that work on the back end, then now you're taking away or eliminating what's called the human condition, right? Because the experts are doing the back end sales for you. So what you typically will focus on is the front area, This area right here, which is the lead generation and the low ticket offer, that's where you get your training in Millionaire Mentoring and you learn how to master these skills right here. So the lead magnet we already know converts. The low ticket offer we've already tested, we know it converts. The autoresponder campaign is already pre-written for you and we know that it converts. And then on the back end, the experts kick in and they do all of the heavy lifting for you. They do this area. So they do the franchise, they offer the payment plan, they do all those sales for you on the back end, right? So that takes away a lot of the stress for people. They don't have to actually do that stuff themselves. And that's really the key. Okay, so 2 things that you must have to be successful in any business. 2 things. If you do not have these 2 things, I don't care if you're in real estate, mortgage broker, insurance, automotive industry, if you own a hotel, motel, lounge, nightclub, if you do not have these two things, if you take away these two things from a business owner, they will go bankrupt. Now, what are these two things? The first thing that you have to have is a steady stream of leads. Those are people that are interested in your particular company, product, or service, okay? You could have a hotel, motel, nightclub, doesn't matter. You have to have people that are interested in whatever your product or service is. And you also have to have ongoing, steady stream of cash flow. If you take away a business's cash flow and you take away their incoming leads, they will go under, guys. They will go bankrupt. So you got to keep this in mind. So what's the strategy? What's the strategy? You either are working a strategy right now that's actually working for you, or you're working a strategy that's not working for you. So if you don't have a steady stream of leads coming in daily and you don't have cash flow enough to meet your overhead and your expenses, your business is going to go bankrupt. So what's the answer to that? The answer, I believe, is in Millionaire Mentoring. Because in Millionaire Mentoring, you learn the fast track. You learn the exact formula, step by step, that the seven-figure income earners use. Now, Tony Robbins talks about this. It's called mirroring and modeling. Mirroring and modeling. So whatever you want to become successful in, doesn't matter if you want to lose weight, if you want to be able to become debt-free, if you want to be able to climb Mount Everest, if you can find somebody that's already mastered the skill and copy or duplicate what they do, you will be able to generate the same type of results. So if you want to lose weight, find somebody that was overweight that's been able to not only lose the weight, but keep the weight off. And if you do what they do, you will get the same type of results. If you want to be able to climb to the top of Mount Everest and you talk to a bunch of people that climb to the top of Mount Everest and you copy their exact same strategy, there's a high probability that you're going to be the next person putting the flag on the top of Mount Everest. So keep that in mind. It's called mirroring and modeling. Mirroring and modeling. Okay, so how exactly do you get eyeballs or qualified buyers onto whatever offer that you have, okay? Well, the first thing, like I was saying, is that you need a lead magnet, but you also have to be able to learn how to write copy. How do you have the right type of copy? Because if you write the wrong type of copy that doesn't speak to your buyers, then you're not going to be able to get their attention. So you need something that hits mass market. The lead magnet has to hit mass market, and you need the right type of copy, okay? A lot of people will type stuff out, but it doesn't speak to their market, right? It doesn't speak to the people that are really truly the qualified buyers. And these are all learned skills that you will learn in Millionaire Mentoring. Now, you can use free strategies. And the stuff that I've done so far that I'm showcasing with you, majority of that was done on Facebook, on social media, right? And those are the strategies that we teach you to be able to master first before you start moving into spending a huge amount of money on Facebook ads or solo ads or banners or things like that. I believe that you got to be able to master the free strategies first before you can move into paid strategies. And then obviously, once your business starts making money, so let's say that your business made 10 grand, we would typically say, take about 20% of that and start to invest it into a campaign now. But it's the business that's paying for your budget. It's not your credit cards. It's not your savings account, right? So we teach the seven-figure model, not the debt model, okay? We don't teach people to go further and further and further down the rabbit hole in debt and hopefully, maybe someday their business is going to make some money. Okay, that is the path to bankruptcy. We do not recommend that you do that. Now, ideally, if you do a combination of both the free strategies and the paid strategies, that's how you can start to do what's called scaling up your business, scaling up your income. And this is where your data comes into play. Okay, what is data? So here's an example. Let's say that I purchase 1,000 clicks or 1,000 qualified buyers, and I send them to a specific lead capture page, but my lead capture page only converts, right, produces a lead at 10%. Okay, so that means for the 1,000 clicks, I got 100 leads. Okay, you got to keep track of your data, guys, right? Because I know that a good amount would be between 35 and 75%. So I know that something has to change. Either my traffic source has to change or my lead capture page has to change, right? So you got to be testing, tweaking. But we typically recommend to start off on free strategies, eventually move into paid strategies and a combination of the two. But the key, guys, the real true key to your riches is in creating value, and more value. You have to be able to help solve the pain of the marketplace, right? Help solve the pain of the marketplace. So people don't want to harass their friends and family. What can you do to show them a strategy where they don't have to, right? They hate getting rejected. How can you show them a strategy so they never have to get rejected ever again? They don't know how to generate leads. How can you show them a strategy to be able to generate unlimited leads? They don't know how to close an upsell. What strategy can you teach them to be able to master that? Closing and upselling. They don't know how to get team duplication. What can you do as a leader to give them value, right? So hopefully you're taking notes throughout this, guys, because this is tried, tested, and proven material. I'm telling you that once you start to master this, you can start to master your bank account. And that's really the goal. That's what most people want to be able to do. Now, the reason that we partnered with the My.com business is because it's a turnkey franchise. Now, what exactly does that mean? They have some really, really high converting lead magnets, and they've already tested them. So there's no guesswork here. They've already gone out, they've spent the money on the lead magnets, they've spent the money on the pages. They already know that these convert as high as 75%, just so you know, conversion rate. And that is very high for our industry. So this is something that is very unique for any type of an entrepreneur. And, you could be a real estate, mortgage broker, insurance agent, it doesn't matter. Network marketing, MLM, weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, it doesn't matter. This is a software called Easy Sketch Pro. And you can put a little narration together and just type in the words, and then it will have a little hand sketching it, and it's very entertaining. It engages your viewers, and it really helps to get your message out, okay? And it can be used for anything. So this is the lead magnet that I personally use, and I can tell you, based upon my first months of results, which was, I started in February 3rd, and the very first month it generated $43,000 to my bottom line. That is exciting, right? So now what am I going to do next? I'm going to take a portion of my money and I'm going to start to put it into paid traffic strategies in conjunction with my free strategies, right? So, but my business is paying for it instead of my credit card, right? That's really the key. So the stuff has already been pre-tested, guys. This is the key. So this is why this strategy works. This is why we're so excited about the My.com business franchise, because everything is pre-tested. There's no guesswork here. So they already give you highly converted pre-tested sales funnels that we already know work. And I can tell you just from my first month, 100% that they work. They also give you pre-tested lead magnets. These are things that they already have tested up to a 75% conversion rate, so that when you do spend money on paid ads, they know that you're going to get results because they've already tested it. So there's no guesswork in here. They've also pre-written all of the follow-up sequence campaigns for your autoresponder. So a lot of people get set up in a business like this and they're like, well, Darren, what do I write? Well, I don't know what to put in my follow-up campaigns. I've never written copy before. My.com business gives you all of that as a baseline to be able to start your business. This is why we have so many people getting success so fast. They also give you all the pre-tested promotional materials. So let's say that you have a blog and you want to put a little tiny banner on the side that's a clickable banner that goes to one of your lead capture pages. They provide those to you. They provide you with all the promotional materials that have already been pre-tested in the marketplace. And that's truly what you want, guys, just so you know. Our industry is about testing, tweaking, testing, tweaking. But if they've already done that, they've already done the testing and the tweaking, they already know what the conversion rates are, they already know what the follow-up sequence converts at, that's ideal. But here's the big one. The sales coaches do the closing and the upsells for you. And I believe that this is truly what separates this business, is that you eliminate the human condition, right? You eliminate deservability and worthiness, and people think that nobody else has the money and, oh, everybody else is broke. This is their self-talk, keep in mind. So they end up making nothing because they don't believe that people actually have the money in the first place. Okay. This takes that out of your hands. So the sales coaches actually do the closing and the upselling for you, which is very cool. The other cool thing is that you're guaranteed 200 downline members when you first start. Okay. That kickstarts your business right out of the gate because you already have people going through the funnel. You already have people, that are getting the follow-up campaign, that are purchasing the trigger product and going to the coach, etc., for their follow-up. And the cool thing is they also offer an optional financing plan for people that really want it, but they might not have the money all up front. Now, here's where it gets into the exciting stuff, guys. I believe that 95% of your success or failure in business is all in your mind. Whatever you believe to be true will become true for you. So the question is, what do you believe? Because if you believe it will be easy, it will always be easy. Okay? If you believe it will be hard, it will always be hard. So the question is, what do you believe? I'm telling you that all this stuff has been pre-tested, proven, and this is what's possible once you understand automation mastery. This is a campaign that I rolled out about 1.5 years ago in July. You can see the campaign started on the 8th of July there. And by the 13th, from the 8th until the 13th, that had generated over $24,000 in the very first 5 days on Facebook. Here's a situation. Imagine this was you. Imagine in 4 days, if you could make $36,951.41. This is what's possible once you learn about automation and how to streamline your business and take things to a whole different level. What about if you could make in 14 hours, you get online in the morning and 14 hours later, you generated $17,547.77. Guys, this is all real data. Those are pictures right from my PayPal account of transactions coming in to my PayPal account. So it really is possible if you have the right mentoring, the right training, and the right coaching. This is the key. Imagine if you could go from zero to $165,058.87 in a 30-day period of time. There was a time for me, just so you know, where I was vice president of marketing for a public company downtown Vancouver, and they were only paying me $5,000 a month. Okay. Plus they gave me a little, stock option bonus type thing. But all I had as far as cash flow coming in was $5,000 a month, $5,000 a month. Okay. That's the average North American, $3,000 to $5,000 a month. I was vice president and I was making $5,000 a month with an upside with the stock. Okay. This is a situation right here in 1 month where I did 2.5 years of working corporate America in 30 days. So that gives you an idea of what's possible. So my question to you is this. What if this could happen for you? What if there was a situation where you had no credit card debt at all? No credit card debt at all. Completely debt-free from credit cards. What if you no longer had any mortgage payments to pay? No mortgage payment. What would that be like for you if that just taking away the mortgage payment and the credit card debt? What if you no longer had any car payments? So your credit cards are at zero, your mortgage is completely paid off, and your cars are all paid off. What would that be like for you if that was your life? What if you no longer had to worry about paying your bills? All your bills were paid for the moment that you got out of bed in the morning for the whole month. The moment that you got out of bed, all your bills were paid for you. What if you no longer had to set an alarm clock? You could go to bed whenever you felt tired and get up whenever you felt rested. What would that mean for you to be able to have that type of freedom? Because that, in my opinion, was the one thing that I was striving for right there. To be able to go to bed whenever I wanted and to get up whenever I felt rested. That, in my opinion, is the definition of freedom, truthfully. Because you're in a situation now where you don't have to answer to any boss, right? You are the boss, right? Some nights you might work late. Some days you might not even work. When I last year, I went away on vacation to Manila and for 2 months. Okay, I just bought a first class ticket, went away to Manila for 2 months, and I had an accident. I had an accident in Manila. I ended up hurting my back, and I was in a hospital in Manila for 2 months, and just the hospital bill was $35,000, guys. Now, thankfully, I have an online business. So I had my computer with me and I could actually make money from my hospital bed. Now, if you've ever been to a third world country before, they have guards with guns at the door and you are not leaving until you pay that bill. Thankfully, I have an online business. So I was able to generate the income while I was in the hospital, right, to pay my hospital bill. What if you no longer had to deal with traffic every day? Some people battle traffic for an hour, 2 hours each way. What if you didn't have a boss telling you what to do? What if you were in a situation where you could travel the world anytime that you wanted for however long that you wanted, and you no longer had to look at prices on a menu? You felt like steak and lobster, you just ordered it. You wanted to have some pasta dish, you didn't even have to look at the menu. You wanted to order a bottle of wine, you didn't even have to look at how much it costs. What if you could spend more time with your family and the people that you love, right? That's really what most people want, just so you know, is to be able to spend more time with their family and the people that they really care about. Now, my question to you is this. Would you be okay? Would you be okay with this type of a lifestyle? because a lot of people wouldn't. They say that they would, but they self-sabotage. It's bizarre. It's so bizarre, right? So this would basically be, the 2 weeks of February for me, right? I was in Maui at the beach, hanging out with my parents, going golfing. Would you be okay to have that type of a freedom lifestyle and get home from vacation and still have a $50,000 month? Would that be okay with you? Because truth be known, guys, a lot of people say that it would be okay until it actually starts coming in, and then they sabotage their success, okay? And that's really where the personal development comes in. So what if I was to do this for you? What if I gave you all my campaigns on previous deals that had generated as much as $900,000 in team commissions in the very first 90 days from a complete flat start, and we didn't spend a single penny on paid ads? What if I gave you all the sales copy that you needed to be able to start making $77 and $1,500 commissions on complete autopilot? What if I was to give you all the value campaigns, the follow-up campaigns, the promotional campaigns, and take you behind the scenes and show you how I roll out a campaign so that you could pack webinars? What would that mean for you? What if I showed you what type of Facebook content that creates interaction and taught you how to recruit new reps into any business? You could be in weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, it doesn't matter. I can teach you how to recruit new reps into your company in 6 to 45 minutes. Okay, I'm not kidding you guys. People think that I'm joking until they actually watch me do it live right in front of them. What if I was to give you access to a private Facebook group filled with tons more marketing secrets? I literally open the vault and I give away all my marketing secrets. And a lot of seven-figure income earners won't do that. Why? Because they're creating competition against themselves. Think about it. So if you're a seven-figure income earner and you've got a position in the marketplace, and now you share everything that you do with the people, you're actually creating competitors against yourself. But I believe the more people that you help transform, the more people that you can take from rags to riches, the more income raise that you get, right? I believe that's a universal law. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making this available to the first 100 people, which is 90 days of weekly millionaire mentoring. It happens every Saturday at 11 a.m. We actually meet for 3 hours. This is real millionaire mentoring, guys. This isn't, some fluff. Okay. If you go to my website at darrenlittle.com and you click on mentoring and coaching, you can see right there that if people want 1 hour of millionaire mentoring, it's $1,000 an hour. Okay. It's fact. It's right on the website. So this is real value. Now, students that have actually participated in this have made as much as 45 grand the very first month. One 17-year-old kid made $35,000 his very first month in millionaire mentoring. That is a $36,000 value, and it's not made up. That is real millionaire mentoring, guys. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to generate unlimited leads for any business: real estate, mortgage broker, insurance, automotive, retail, online business, offline, hotel, motel, lounge, MLM, doesn't matter. Weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, does not matter. I'm going to show you how to generate unlimited leads for free. And I'm going to share the exact strategy, how I generated over 50,000 leads for free just using Facebook, a free platform that everybody has access to. That's a $1,997 value there. Now, also, I'm going to show you how to roll out a successful campaign in both email and on Facebook, okay? Because I believe it's a combination between free strategies and then using the free strategies to build a list and then communicating with that list of buyers to be able to provide them with some value and build trust and rapport with those people. Because people typically do business with people they know, like, and trust, and people that they're either like or that they aspire to be like. Now, you're going to learn the psychology of selling on how to write copy that recruits new reps on complete autopilot. So I've done emails that I've sent out before that have recruited as many 72 people with one email. Okay, one email recruited 72 people without me picking up the phone, without me doing a home party, without me doing three-way phone calls and all the rest of that nonsense that people get taught. I'm going to teach you the 7-figure formula. You're going to learn the exact strategies to pack webinars and have people literally throwing money at you wanting to join your business. That's a $2,997 value there. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to teach you how to never get rejected. What would happen to your confidence and your self-esteem if you knew that there was no possible way that you could be rejected ever? So in this training, I'm going to show you exactly what to say to prospects so that they can't reject you. It's not possible to get rejected once you learn this strategy. And I'm going to teach you how to get people to say yes to your offer, and also how to turn your raving fans into promoters that are promoting you. They're promoting you. Imagine that. You have other people that become your fans, and now they start promoting you and sharing your content because of the value that you provide. That's a $1,997 value there. I'm also going to show you how to recruit new reps in minutes. Now, in this training, you're going to watch me recruit new reps live right in front of you, right? Like you're looking over my shoulder. And as I'm doing it, I'm going to explain the psychology of every sentence and every question that I ask them, so that you understand how that actually works. And this is applicable to any business, guys, okay? I have people that actually took my training and they were recruiting door-to-door salesmen, okay? 25-year-old kid, okay? Recruiting door-to-door salesmen. And this summer, he said his forecast estimate based upon where he's at right now and how many reps he has, he will clear $250,000 at 25 years old. So these strategies work for anything. They're completely transferable into any type of business. And you're going to learn how to get an explosive team duplication with this strategy, because it's not just about what you can do. What can your whole team do? So if you're the only person on your team that can do something, you're defeating the purpose of getting team duplication. And that's really where the big money is. That's a $2,997 value there. I'm going to teach you how to make money while you sleep by learning the strategy of creating a clone. A clone. Now, I'm going to show you exactly the strategy that I personally use to sometimes wake up to a $20,000 day before I even get out of bed. Before I even get out of bed. Now, what would that do for you? Just the thought of it, if you could have a $20,000 day, what would that do to your confidence and self-esteem? Okay, that's another $1,997 value there. I'm also going to give you all of my contacts. I call this fast track contacts because so many people struggle with trial and error, knowing what traffic provider to use. What about graphic designers? Who does those 3D animated cool videos that like they use in the movies? I'm going to give you all of it. My tech people, my graphic designers, my 3D graphics people, my copywriters, my blog writers, and get access to the 7-figure contacts direct. That takes you into the fast track, guys, because there's no guesswork. I've already used all these people, and I know that they provide really good value for your dollar. That's a $2,000 value there. I'm also going to give you my personal high converting traffic source. Sometimes people will spend thousands of dollars on traffic without even realizing it's totally fake. It's not even real. It's not even real buyers that are coming. They're using a robot and they're taking emails off the internet and then they're jamming them into your autoresponder. The people have not even seen your offer, okay? But you're paying for fake emails. They're just using bots to scrape the emails online. They upload them and you're not even getting real people. Okay, I provide my actual high converting traffic source. That is another $997 value there. Now, what I also do is I do 3 hours of Millionaire Mentoring, a Super Saturday bonus. And in order to get this particular bonus, you would have to be activated prior to March 30th at midnight to be able to qualify. Okay, just so you know. Now, here's how this works. You're going to get 90 days of millionaire mentoring, 3 hours per week. That's $36,000. How to generate unlimited leads for free, $19.97. How to write copy that sells, $2,997 there. How to never get rejected ever again, $1,997 there. How to make money while you're sleeping, $1,997 there. Live recruiting training where you can actually watch me step by step recruit reps right in front of you, $2,997 value there. My fast track contacts, so you don't have to use trial and error, $2,000 value there. My high converting traffic source, another $997 there. My Super Saturday training, that's a $3,000 millionaire mentoring bonus. And also the 12 digital products with sales funnels, with the emails, with the banners, that's $77 right there. And also the My.com business franchise that will allow you to start popping $1,500 commissions, guys. Now, while I was away on vacation, I had one day sitting by the pool, getting a suntan, where I did $9,000 in sales that day with this system. That's another $2,997 value there. So that's $57,056 in total value just for being on this webinar tonight. Okay, total value $57,056. Now, don't worry, we offer financing. Okay, but you're not going to pay the $57,000, guys. Okay, we want to make this as simple and easy as possible so that you can get you and your family to freedom. So you only pay the $77 for the pro systems and the funnels. It's roughly about $3,000 for the franchise. In the event that you make payments, it's a little bit more because they stretch it out over a little bit of time. So, but roughly approximate, it's about $3,077. Now, I'm only working with 100 people, guys, okay? And I can tell you that spots go super fast. They're half gone already. I can tell you that right now because I looked at the data. So in the event that you truly showed up here because you want to change your life, the fastest way to do that is with Millionaire Mentoring. I'm going to teach you how to make $77 and $1,500 commissions while you sleep. Okay, while you sleep. Okay, now, can you make commissions while you're awake? Absolutely. But once you make one commission, when you wake up in the morning to one single commission, I'm telling you that your life, as you know it currently, will totally transform and change forever. Because your entire dream is just going to go as far as what's possible. This is what I do. It's like, what? Waking up sometimes to a $20,000 day before I even get out of bed. That is what you're going to learn in this training. Now, the deadline for activation, like I said, is Friday, March 30th at midnight Pacific time. Okay, Friday, March 30th at midnight Pacific. And like I said, half those spots are already gone. So that should actually only say there's 50 spots left available because when I roll out these campaigns, guys, they go super fast. So what are your possible options? Here's the option number one. You can say to me, Darren, you know what? Thanks, but no thanks. I appreciate your time. I wish you the best of success. Thanks for showing up tonight. And if it's not for you, no problem. Okay. Here's your option number two. Option number two is you can take a test drive of the whole pro membership. So you can see the lead magnets, you can see the funnels, you can see the follow-up campaign. Plus, you're going to get access to a personal My.com business coach and the $3,000 Super Saturday bonus training. Okay, so that's option two. You might decide, well, Darren, I just want to stick my foot in the pool a little bit. I want to spend the $77 and I'm going to take it up for a test drive. No problem. Here's option number three. You could be one of the 100 families to get access to over $57,000 in real millionaire mentoring bonuses and 90 days of weekly millionaire mentoring that's live and interactive. Okay, so that's roughly about $3,077. Now, some of you might say, well, I really want to do that, but I don't have all that money right now. Okay, I want to do it, but I don't have the money. Well, here's option number 4. You can take the financing option. From what I've seen so far, this is something that you would have to arrange with your coach, right? When you pay the $77, you book a time with your coach, and they will go over all of the possible payment plan options. And I think they'll even stretch it out as long as 4 months, right? To make it affordable for you, right? So roughly, okay, keep in mind, if you're doing over 4 months, it's probably more like about $780, $790 or something like that. But roughly, it's 3 payments of around $1,000, depending on how much it's stretched out. Now, keep in mind, guys, the deadline for this offer is March 30th at midnight Pacific, and that's when the gauntlet comes down, okay? Right at midnight Pacific. Now, option number 5, I have students of mine personally that might come to here and say, well, Darren, I already bought the franchise. I'm already in the program. In the event that you want to take advantage and be in the Millionaire Mentoring, you can get all of these bonuses for only $1,500, okay? And you would just PayPal me, say, hey, Darren, I want all these bonuses. I'm already in. Maybe you're a student of mine already, but you purchased the .com business from somebody else. You can still get all of the bonuses. Just PayPal support@10xlifestyles.com, and I'll add you to the group. I'll add you to the whole system that we do, that we roll out. Once again, remember, guys, deadline is Friday, March 30th at midnight Pacific. Now, it's very important to note, guys, that in the event that you do choose the financing option, you'll only remain in Millionaire Mentoring if you make your payments, okay? It's no different than having a car, okay? You miss your payment, then come back and take your car, right? It's the same type of strategy here. So in the event that you say, well, I can't afford it, but I want to take the payments, and in 1 month, you get over $12,000 in Millionaire Mentoring, and you're not coachable, you don't do a single thing that I tell you to do, right? And then you come back and say, well, I can't make my payment. No problem, okay? Then we just take you out of the Millionaire Mentoring, and once you can, generate the next payment, you can come back in, okay? But just so you know, I believe that the best thing is just honesty, okay? So if you do choose the financing, you don't make your payments, we take you out of Millionaire Mentoring. So remember, $3,000 Super Saturday, the deadline is the March 30th, guys, midnight deadline. So if you're in either as a $77 pro member doing a little, test the waters, or you're a full franchise member on my personal team, you will get access to 3 hours Super Saturday bonus. And this is where I really break things down. I show you about content. I show you how to make your page look professional, how to generate the right type of buyers, not the broke people, not the victims. I'm talking about people in personal development, leadership, and peak performance, because those are the people that you want to be working with, okay? Those are the people that you want to be working with. Now, if you're in the Millionaire Mentoring, remember that you're going to get 200 people that are guaranteed in your downline to get you started. 200. Now, there's a high probability, guys, just so you know, that some of those people are going to purchase the first low ticket offer at $77. They're going to call their coach. They're going to want to become a franchise. And even if 2 people did out of 200, right, that would pay you $3,000 in commissions just from what they provide, okay? That's kind of like giving your business a little kickstart, a little boost off the ground to get you into liftoff. So now is truly your chance to create financial freedom for you and your family, guys. I've been at this for a long time, okay? 3 decades. And I share everything that I know about marketing, all the strategies that I personally use to be able to recruit new reps in 6 to 45 minutes in any business. And typically when I roll out any company, I already know that the first month, that because I believe it. Okay, I'm going to say this again. I believe this to be true, that I'm going to at least make $10,000 the first month. Okay. Sometimes it's 50, sometimes it's 75, sometimes it's as high as 165,000. But my belief, what I believe that money's flowing to me easily and effortlessly. I believe that every time I log onto Facebook, that there's people there that want to join my business. I believe that my phone's ringing with incoming phone calls, that my Skype, that my email, that people are requesting information from me. I believe that there's leaders contacting me from all four corners of the globe. I believe that every single person that I talk to is going to join my business. And that's what you're going to learn, is how to master your mind. What goes on in your self-talk? What goes on in your self-talk daily? Does it lift you up? Does it inspire you to go to the next level? Or are you actually your worst enemy, suppressing yourself and holding yourself back? This is why I tell people that what you're really in is a personal development business, truthfully. It's personal development, leadership. So my question to you is this: do you want to start popping $77 and $1,500 commissions daily? Literally like popcorn, guys. I'm telling you, I have some students that have never made a penny before. They have never made a single penny. They have tried and tried and tried in all sorts of MLM deals and network marketing affiliate companies. They got themselves into millionaire mentoring. And the one particular lady that I told you the story about, her very first year, she made $175,000 US, okay? Now, if you live in Australia or New Zealand, there's a little bit of a pay raise. If you live in Canada, we've got right now a 30% exchange rate between US and Canada. So that $1,500 commission is more like closer to $2,000 commission in Canada and Australia, New Zealand, etc. So there's a difference in exchange rate. Now, here's what I'm going to share with you guys. Right underneath this particular video is a Get Started Now button. And if you just trust this process and you just show up, I'm telling you, your life as you know it will totally change forever. And once you learn these strategies, you will never, ever have to worry about money ever again, okay? And I don't say that lightly. I say that with 100% total conviction because of so many different rags to riches stories with my team, okay? So if you're tuning in just directly on YouTube, go to thesyndicate.tv, like television, thesyndicate.tv/pro, okay, /pro. Now, I will tell you guys that spots go super fast in these programs. I really make it a goal to way over deliver than what I ever said that I was going to do, okay? That is my motto. Offer 10 times the value of the entry price before a person even gets into your business, and 100 times the value after they join your team. That is the formula. Now, I promised you that I was going to give you a copy of my training manual. And if you go to mlmsuperhero.com, you can opt in there. You can get a copy of my training manual. It's valued at $197. And I'm telling you, it will literally fast track your career by 3 to 5 years once you understand more about this business model. Okay, so let me just click off here quickly and go back to the live broadcast. Okay, guys, so here we are. Now, I'm going to share with you, for whatever reason, you showed up here today. And there's typically two types of people that actually get into our industry. Two. They're either in a state of transition, or they've reached a breaking point in their life, or a combination of those two things, transition and breaking point. Those are the people that typically get into our industry. So my question to you is, what brought you here today? What brought you here today? Why did you show up today? Because what I teach is not hype. It's not a bunch of BS. It's not take your money and see you at the top, right? That's what you hear from most people in our industry. They sign you up and they go, see you at the top, right? See you at the next event, and they're gone. Okay, I don't do that. And it's one of the reasons why there's these rags to riches stories, because I believe that if you want to truly help people, that you have to help people, help them like this. Okay, so the Millionaire Mentoring is live. It's interactive. You get an opportunity to work on whatever's going on in your particular business and have me answer your questions about your particular business. So it's actually like this, like a real conversation with a real millionaire mentor, okay? It's not come and watch me here tonight and then never see me again, okay? That's not mentoring. That's not real mentoring. I say to somebody, you know, do you have a millionaire mentor? My millionaire mentor is Tony Robbins, right? You got Tony Robbins on speed dial? Can you phone Tony Robbins? If you can't, he's not your mentor. Well, I got all these other people I follow on YouTube, Darren, right? Really? Are they on speed dial? Can you talk? Can you have a conversation with those people? And there's the high probability the answer is no, okay? Those are not millionaire mentors, guys. They're not. They're not millionaire mentors because you can't talk to them. Now, if you tell me that Tony Robbins is your millionaire mentor and you go, just hold on a sec, let me get Tony on the line right now. Okay, that's a different story. But if you think watching videos on YouTube is a millionaire mentor, you got it all wrong, baby. You got it all wrong. Because this is millionaire mentoring, when you can actually have your questions answered live, right? That's true millionaire mentoring. So what I can tell you is this. If I can help a 17-year-old kid make $50,000 in his very first 6 weeks with no previous experience, he didn't know how to market. If I can help that kid make 50 grand in his very first 6 weeks in business, trust me when I tell you, I can help anybody, okay? Anybody, as long as you are coachable. Coachable. 80% of success, just so you know, is just about showing up. 80% showing up. That's the first step. Just show up, right? That's 80%. You've already made it almost to the finish line, right? Just by showing up, right? That's 80%. Just show up, right? Take some notes, apply some of the strategies, and the following week we're hooking up again, right? So I would encourage you, if you right now really want to scale up and 10x your income, throw your hat over the wall, click the link below, and guys, start dreaming big again, because that's where it starts. You have to be a millionaire in your mind, long before it's going to show up in your bank account. Long before it's going to show up in your bank account. So if you don't have this right, if this is not right, that's where the problem starts. It's here. It's in your thoughts, your words, your emotions, your beliefs. It starts inside. And your inner game is a reflection of your outer game. Your outer world out here is a reflection of what's going on in here, what's going on in your head, and what's going on in your heart, okay? And I believe the more people that you can help on this planet go from zero to superhero, zero to freedom, doesn't matter where they're at over here, as long as they're coachable. If you can help those people get to over here to the promised land, that's when you get a pay raise. And that's my goal, is to take as many people as I can over this finish line so that they will never, ever have to worry about money again for the rest of their life. And that, my friend, you can take to the bank. So throw your hat over the wall click that link below. It starts with action, guys, action, okay? And if in the event that you take action tonight, we're going to do a millionaire mentoring session this Saturday, okay? If you just trust this process. So guys, hopefully you got some value from this broadcast. My name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I'm excited for you. I'm fired up. Throw your hat over the wall, click that link below, and we'll see you on the other side. Have a great day. All the best.